When the United States first became a country, a lot of our wars were caused when we gained land from other countries. In the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, and the Mexican-American War, we were always fighting over land. In the Revolutionary War, we were fighting for the 13 colonies in the New England area. In the War of 1812, we were fighting for land west of the Mississippi from France. In the Mexican-American War, we were fighting for the northern half of their country. If you notice, there's a pattern that a lot of the United States wars were over land, and that is now a part of our country today. A lot of the people in the original 13 colonies didn't like the way they were being controlled, so they started to break free from Britain. The group of the Loyalists were loyal to the king and wanted to stay under the king's power. Another group, the Patriots, wanted to break away and become their own country, and did not have to live under the king's power. The third group, the fence-sitters, didn't know what they wanted. They just wanted to not get involved in all the fighting and tension between the Loyalists and Patriots. When the people from the United States wanted to move down to Mexico, Mexico agreed to let them come if they followed certain rules. The ranchers had to obey the Mexican laws and follow the Mexican way of life and become Roman Catholic. Soon the Mexicans started to add and change their rules, and the ranchers stopped following the Mexican rules and they stopped coming to church. The ranchers started to rebel against Mexico, and this started the Texas-American War. In the end, after several battles, Mexico agreed to give some of the land to the ranchers. When Columbus went searching for the Northwest Passage, he found land, which turned out to be America. He went back and told that he had found the New World. Once people heard about Columbus's new find, they wanted to see for themselves what this new world was. If Columbus hadn't come searching for the Northwest Passage and found America, the people on the Mayflower wouldn't have been inspired to come searching for America. The 13 colonies might not have been created, and we might not be living in the United States. It could be a different country. Of course, Columbus didn't do all the things that make our society today, but if he hadn't found America, someone else could have, and we might not be living here today. The rich white farmers and plantation owners wanted slaves to do their work for them on their land. The slaves would cook, clean, work in the fields, and care for the livestock, and many more things to help the farm. The farmers wanted the slaves to help them out on their farm because they didn't want to do all the work for their living. They wanted other people to do it for them. When the slaves came over from Africa, they were tightly packed in a ship. The slaves' legs and arms were chained together so they couldn't move, and they were let up out of the ship only once every several weeks. They didn't have anywhere to go to the bathroom, so they were forced to go to the bathroom on themselves. This was the cheapest way for the Americans to bring the slaves over from Africa. All the Americans cared about was getting most of the slaves to the U.S. so that they would be able to work. President Jefferson wanted to buy Louisiana because of the key trading port that was there. If the United States didn't buy this port from France, the change of the owner may cause the port to be close to America. Jefferson only wanted this port in New Orleans because it was such a great geographic spot for trading. It was by the water, so boats were able to ship out a bunch of different places. France didn't want to give America only New Orleans, so they ended up giving the U.S. all of the Louisiana Territory for $15 million.